Hello. Welcome to the stream. What is up? How is everyone doing? What's up, Christian? Hi, Unique. Hello. How is everyone doing? Happy Friday. Happy weekend. I'm a little bit tired. I haven't been really sleeping very well lately, so sorry for the lack of energy and stuff like that. But I am super excited to play some Resident Evil Requiem. I've been hearing only good things about this game, so I'm really excited. Um, but yeah, I'm on PC now. Oh, gotcha. Hi, Kung Fu. How are you? How you doing? What's up? Hi, Mr. G. Happy Pokemon Day. I didn't even realize it was Pokemon Day. I guess that's why I've been seeing a lot of Pokemon posts because I was like, what is going on? I guess they also announced the newest Pokemon, which is called Pokemon Winds and Waves, which is interesting. I don't know if I'm going to play it. It's been a while since I played a Pokemon game, so I probably won't play it. Plus, there's just so many games coming out that I'm looking forward to, especially Resident Evil Requiem, which we are going to be starting today. Shout outs to Capcom, by the way, for sending me a code. They were so kind to send me a code early. I just haven't been able to play it until now because if you guys don't know, if you guys do follow me on my social media, you guys know Murray got his surgery not too long ago. He's been kind of struggling. I've been doing stuff on like zero sleep. So we struggling a little bit here, but it's okay. He's doing fine. He's just in a lot of pain, so I always have to I have to make sure he's up on his pain meds and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, so the Mercer's doing good. He finally got his surgery, thank goodness. Hopefully, the next 8 weeks will go by really fast and he will be up and running again. It has been a while since you guys have seen him too, so I'm actually really excited for you guys to see him once he's completely healed. We'll continue the treat for the good boy commands and stuff like that once he's good and able to run up and down the stairs and stuff like that. So yeah, yes, Capcom. Oh my god, dude, Capcom's been killing it lately. And with Resident Evil Requiem, I've been seeing so many reviews about it, and they're all really good. They're all really good, which is nice. I was a little bit scared, but from what I've heard and what I've seen, the game looks like it's really fun, and everyone's super enjoying it. 10-star Polo also went up today. What is 10-star Polo? Gen 10. Oh yeah, it's out next year. That's true. That is true. The new Pokemon. Wait, in Wilds? Oh, Rompolo. I was like, what? That's right, Rompolo. I forgot about that guy. It's funny how they made him a 10-star because not a lot of people have been hunting him, so I guess they felt bad. I call him the mosquito because he's pretty much a mosquito. Food, thank you so much for the sub, by the way, for 24 months. I appreciate. Hi. How are you? Thank you so much for the support. I super appreciate it. I know a lot of you guys were asking if I was going to be cosplaying today as Ada for the launch, but I'm actually going to be wearing that costume tomorrow for a Lunar New Year festival that's taking place here in Vegas, and I'm actually judging the cosplay contest for that one. So I decided not to wear Ada today because I'm going to be wearing her tomorrow anyways. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to chill. Again, I've been just running on like zero sleep, so I was like, I don't really want to wear a costume. I just want to chill and play some Requiem. So that's what we're gonna do today. But if you guys are in Vegas, there is a Lunar New Year festival happening in K Town. And I suggest checking it out. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have some cosplayers. I'm going to be judging some cosplayers and stuff and handing out some cool prizes and checking out all the markets and the merchandise and the food that's going to be over there. So if you see a little Ada Wong from Resident Evil 4 running around, it's probably me. And if you see me, don't hesitate to come say hi. Hi, yo, Burbus, what's up? Holy shit, sorry, I don't know what I just said. I was like, blah, blah, blah. Again, my brain hasn't woken up. I have my Thai tea. I'm trying to wake myself up with Thai tea. But how are you? It's been a while, Burbis. I hope you've been well. Am I going to be handing out red envelopes? Oh my god. That would have actually been such a good idea, but I don't have any red envelopes with me, unfortunately. And I don't think I can really go and get some before tomorrow. But dang, that was actually a really good idea. Feels bad. But I mean, I'll have some my cost cards. That would have been good though. Red envelopes with like $1 in it and then like a cost card in it or something. Because I still have a lot of cost cards that I haven't handed out and stuff, but that would have been a good idea, man. Next time. Aw, thank you, Kung Fu. I appreciate it. That costume is so old. It's surprising how that I still have it and that it still fits me. Because I think I made that costume, I want to say like maybe 13 years ago or something like that. It's an old costume. It's a very old costume. I've been thinking of remaking it or even just like cuz there's like one that you can buy that's like really good quality. And I'm like maybe I should revamp it or maybe I should just do like another version of Ada. But the red dress is my favorite version of Ada though. It's unfortunate that they took her out in the Resident Evil 4 remake. I hope all has been good. I've been studying radiology. This week has been perfect because we had a huge snowstorm. Oh my god. I like how you're like, yeah, this week's been great. We had a snowstorm that knocked out a week of I guess it's good for you because then you don't have to go to school, but that's funny. You're pretty deep in it. 9 out of 10. Okay, awesome. Let's jump into it because I'm really excited for it. Um hopefully my wait, let me change this. We don't need this. And where's my game capture? Okay, here we go. Hopefully it will there you go. I'm gonna turn this off. This music. I was actually surprised they have all of Requiem's soundtrack on Spotify. Let me grab my controller. I'm used to playing Resident Evil on controller, so that's why I'm using controller. The menu theme gave me chills, not gonna lie, really. I like how it's asking for your age. Okay, don't look, guys. Don't look. Is this your correct age? The age you entered will not affect the content of the game, but once your age has been confirmed, it cannot be changed. Wait, what? Your age, the age you entered will not affect the content of the game. Then why do you need my age then? I should have just put 10. I'm 10 years old. Oh, it's for survey info. Okay. I was like, what? That don't make no sense. But okay. I should have just put I'm 10 years old. Hey, what's up, Thalder? How are you? Hi, Cancers. Hi. How you guys doing? Happy weekend, by the way. Happy Friday, everyone. We're going to be playing some Resident Evil Requiem. By the way, if you haven't already purchased this game, or if you're looking to purchase some other Capcom titles, make sure you check out the Nexus store. You can type !Nexus in the chat, or it is pinned in the chat. We are partnered with Capcom, so I'm able to sell Capcom titles, and a percentage of the proceeds go to supporting the stream. So if you guys are planning on purchasing Resident Evil Requiem or other Capcom titles such as Monster Hunter Stories 3 or oh my gosh, Thalder! Oh my god. My goodness, Thalder! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my god. Juju, I love the train. Oh my god. Thalder, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Dude, not gonna lie, that made my day. I've been having a rough couple of days. Like, you can even ask Rogue Duo. I've had a rough couple of days with the whole Murray thing, and like I was so sad. I had to cancel going to the Monster Hunter concert, which is happening this weekend. Actually, I think it's happening tomorrow. And I had to cancel it because my dog got surgery. So I was really, really bummed out. But I'm glad that I have you guys and I can play this and get my mind off of missing out and stuff like that. But thank you so much, Thalder, for the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. And if you got gifted a sub by Thalder, please say thank you to Thalder. How's Murray after his surgery? He's doing okay. Hi, Axer. By the way, sorry I missed your thing, but yeah, he's doing okay. He's in a lot of pain, so I've been trying to be on top of his pain medication and stuff like that, and it makes him a little bit loopy. So for the most part, he kind of just sits around and like cries and stuff like that. And it's really sad, but it is what it is. He's doing better though. He's doing a lot better. Hi, Silent Rampage. Hello. Aw, thank you, Thalder. No worries, dude. I totally understand. If you guys disappear, it's fine. I totally understand. People have lives outside of Twitch, and I'm glad that all that matters is that you guys are like safe and you guys are living your best life. You know, that's all that matters. Anyways, let's see. Select preferred priority settings for image quality. I guess performance, right? I guess performance. Change graphic settings to prioritize performance. I don't even know what it's set to. I'm just gonna do that. I guess. I don't know. Measurements complete. Graphic settings have been reconfigured to optimal settings for your PC. Graphics can be... Okay, cool. Here we go. Can you guys hear the game, by the way? It's always, for some reason, the clicks are a lot louder than the music, I think. But anyways, what bonuses do we have? So, shout outs to Capcom, by the way, for sending me a code. I don't know if they sent us the deluxe version or something. I don't think they did. Or maybe they did. Wait, what is that? Oh, is that Claire? Trusted companion charm? Wait, how do I can't even use it. Oh wait, condition, defeat 300 enemies. Gotcha. Okay, so these are all just like random stuff. Okay. Concept art. Okay, models. Okay, challenges. I see. So there's just challenges and stuff like that. Okay. Let me see. Let me just make sure we have... Okay, we have our toggle for running. Aim assist. When starting a new game, casual mode will be set to aim follow. Standard modern and standard classic modes will be set to off. You can change these settings after starting the main story. Oh, interesting. Okay. Controller type. Okay, I think these are fine. Brightness. Oh, I guess my mouse does go over here, but I'm not even using mouse and keyboard anyway, so it doesn't matter. Image. Motion blur. Let's turn that off. let's not do that. That'd be nice. Okay. Audio. Background music. I guess that's fine. How's the sound, by the way? Can you guys hear the game? Beyond 350 glass. What's up, Snake? How are you? You've been playing it on Switch 2? Wait, does it actually look good on Switch 2? You would have had an alert at the beginning about bonus because... Oh, gotcha. I know, no deluxe edition. Oh well, it's fine. It's a free game, so I can't complain. Okay. Sounds good here. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can hear everything. Okay, let's start though. Standard modern. Balanced experience of suspense and accomplishment at the standard difficulty found among... Okay, I mean, what is this one? I'm just gonna do standard modern. I ain't trying to struggle. We got the frog wow emote. That's funny. Look at that. That's a cute one. Shout out to Thelder for unlocking that. FBI.
Sorry.
How is the is it lagging at all? Let me know if it lags. Wow, the graphics look really good. Look at Grace. I love her hair color. I wish I could get my hair that light. What is this? Fourth. Oh, I didn't read it. Classic is good, but you gotta be brave with the saves. Hi, Joker. What's up, Joker? Lockdown extended to 2040. My goodness. I always find it interesting when games do like future years. Like, you know, the old movies, a lot of them are like 2025 is when we're gonna have flying cars, and then it's like 2025 and we still don't have them.
Coming.
Which Aries have I beat? I beat 1, 2, 3, 4. Code Veronica, 5, 6, 7, Village, and then now this one. I haven't played the
report you asked for yesterday. It'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days tops.
Put a hold on that for
Ooh,
now.
I like the voice acting.
We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating.
Dude, this
now, I need a good
looks so
technical
good.
analyst on this.
Okay.
I haven't played the ones where there's like multiplayer and you can like be all any character and then you, I forgot what they're called.
The Wrenwood Hotel.
Oh.
Look, I know that's where your mother was murdered.
That's so messed up.
And I know it'll be upsetting for you.
Is there literally no other person that could do it?
Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past.
That's wild. That's
Confront that fear head on.
I can't think of like the worst idea. Let's send the girls
Grace,
whose mom died at that hotel.
I won't
What
force
could go wrong? Balrog, hi! Aw, thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It looks good so far. We
Investigate
literally
that crime
just
scene.
started, but it
And
looks
report
good
back
so
to me with
far.
your findings.
I hope you and the team are doing well, and congrats on the launch.
That's all for
I
now.
was so sad. I don't know. Are you going to the Monster Hunter Orchestra thing? I actually had a ticket. One of my mods got me a ticket, but unfortunately I had to cancel because my dog got surgery recently. So I know a couple of you guys are going. Oh, you're not? Oh my god. You should just go. Just be like, sorry, I got something important to do. Just show up. Aw, thank you. He's doing okay. You know, with any major surgery, you know, he's doing his best. Luckily, dogs are pretty. Oh, dude,
Sorry.
that guy. Every New Yorker. Is this New York? Is this New York? Because I feel like Grace Wrenwood. Wait, what? Wait, Wrenwood? Oh, Wrenwood Hotel. Gotcha. I was like, is that her last name? I thought it was Ashcroft. Oh man, so we're in first person. Yo, this looks so crazy. Look at the details of everything. Dude, this looks so crazy. Dude, that motorcycle though. Is this ours? Why is this such a nice motorcycle? This is so cool. Do you know what your PC specs are? Oh gosh. I do have them listed, but I'm not sure if it's the updated one.
Looks like the mail's on home.
I'll have to update it. Why, is it lagging for you guys? Let me know if it is. Yo, this is so crazy. This looks so good. Oh my goodness. City College Critters. Great Plate Champ. I don't even know what that is. Great Plate. Pale Ale. Food stamp. Buying cigarettes from minors can send your life up in smokes. That's funny. Oh. Hello, ma'am. Wow, look at you. You look very confused and lost. Me too. This is so crazy. Oh my goodness.
Asshole. What the hell are the managers thinking?
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, right? He's a kiss ass who beats off.
This is so crazy. Wrenwood Hotel. Wait, is this it? Wait, is this it? Where's the entrance? I don't see an entrance. Doesn't this make you want to live in New York? No, not really. Okay, I really, like, kudos to people who live in New York, because I don't know how they survive. It's wild. I feel, every time I go to New York for work, I always feel overwhelmed. It's always so crazy. I don't know how people can live like that, but I guess some people actually really like it.
Hey, miss. Hey, that's a
You remember how
restricted
good
area. You
RE2
can't go in
remake
there.
looked? That's true, yeah. I mean, the remakes have been so good.
Why?
It's an active crime scene.
Oh, right. Sorry.
She's like, oh, I'm FBI, by the way.
Just a sec.
I got a badge. It is. It's so cramped. It feels like everybody's just in a rush.
You FBI?
Yeah.
The way he said that, he's like,
Strange
you're
guests, huh?
FBI?
It's the fifth one now, right?
Oh, God.
I heard they all have the same weird bruises. So you think it's something infectious or terrorism?
Capcom is
or-
just on the throne at the moment. They are.
Why else would the FBI be investigating, right?
And then we have Monster Hunter Stories
There,
3
you with
coming
me?
out.
Oh,
Which, by the way, if you guys are thinking about
might be
purchasing some
answers inside.
Capcom games, definitely check out the Nexus store. I did
Yeah, sure,
update it,
right.
so Stories is on there as well as Requiem and some other Capcom titles. I saw some of you guys actually purchase from the Nexus store, so thank you so much. I
Careful in there.
appreciate it.
Whole
I
building's
hope you guys are
condemned. Word is
enjoying
they're finally
Requiem
gonna
as
bring the whole
well.
place down.
yeah. Thanks.
God, this game looks so good. I want her jacket. You know what? That's what Capcom needs to do. They need to, like, sell actual licensed jackets and stuff of the characters. That would be so sick. Dude, this is so crazy. This first person is going to get me lit. I already know. I already know. So before I started the game, it was like, preferred you should play first person for Grace and third person for Leon, which I'm down for. But I already know this shit's gonna get me lit. Nexus needs to add PlayStation to their listing. I think it's only Steam codes at the moment, I think. Grace, you need to calm down. That didn't even scare me. You need to calm down. It's so crazy that they sent her to this, though. What was the police chief thinking? Kind of crazy. I like how also that police guy just sent me in here by myself. Goodness. Do I have a flashlight? It is so dark. Oh, you just moved forward to open. Okay. Wait, I can't see anything. Girl, did you literally get in here without a flashlight? Oh, here we go. Flashlight. Nice. Okay, we got a flashlight. Thank goodness. Do you get spooked by jump scares or horror in general? Not really. I mean, if it's a good jump scare, then yeah. If it's something I'm not expecting, then yeah. But initially, like, the jump scare will get me, but like the horror aspect, I don't really get too scared of horror. It's been a while since I played a horror game where I was just like, okay, I need to take a break. Because I actually really enjoy horror. The horror genre is actually one of my favorites. Ooh. What the heckums? What is that? So yeah. But I will get jumpy with some. I'm gonna smile through everything. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. I tend to mostly panic when I'm trying to shoot things that are fast or something. I do like horror films, but it's been a while since I've seen a really good horror movie. I feel like the horror genre when it comes to films hasn't been doing too well. Like even the last was it The Conjuring? I think that was the most recent one, the last Conjuring. Read the investigation report? Liquid! Oh my god, Liquid, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How are you, Liquid? I hope you're doing well. I haven't watched Iron Lung. I'm kind of waiting for it to be on streaming services, because not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of what you call it, of going to theaters. I like watching things in the comfort of my own home. Okay. Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Wrenwood Hotel case. Okay, how do I... The report that details the unexplained death at the Wrenwood Hotel. How do I read it? Oh. Bruh. Wait, how do I open it? Excuse me? Wait, I didn't even read it. How do I... Can I not read it or open it? Oh, there you go. The paperclip stopping me, of course. The actual boss, paperclip. The game is sick. Dude, I saw that you purchased it from the Nexus store. Thank you so much, dude. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, read. Submitted by FBI Special Agent Kyle Eames. Overview. On September 28, 2026 at 11:20 p.m., the body of a man was found. Wait, is this in the future? September 28, 2026. Interesting. The body of a man was found at an abandoned hotel in the Midwestern city of Wrenwood. The body was discovered in the hotel restroom. Based on the level of decay, it is suspected to have been there for several days. Oh, there it is. I was like, where are they going to show us the body? Was the body laid on the sink or something? Oh, there it is. Yeah, not that far into the future. That's true. Are you doing Grace third person? No, I'm going to do her first person. Prior to this incident, multiple cases of similarity... wow, what is English? Similarly mysterious deaths have been reported in locations across the United States. H. Ramirez, pronounced dead at Stoneville Hospital. E. Wilkins, pronounced dead at Hotel Denbar. K. White, pronounced dead at Green Oak Apartments. M. Warren, pronounced dead at Night Valley Nursing Home. It has been confirmed that all the identified victims were survivors of Raccoon City incident. Oh. The victims' bodies all had extensive black bruising. Interesting. Okay. So the survivors aren't surviving. Got it. Was this place burned? Like, did they... What? Why does this place look like it's been burned? Did they mention a fire? I don't remember them mentioning that there was a fire. Maybe I missed that. What am I looking at? Why is it... Okay, I'm not going to say what it looks like, but what am I looking at? What am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that supposed to be like a footprint or something? I'm so confused. What am I looking at? Does it not look like it, Edge? Hello? Does it not look like what you guys are thinking it too? Oh shit. Okay, you know what? Okay. The jump scares are pretty jump scary. Is that me? Is that Grace? Why does it look like Grace? Yeah, this looks so crazy. Should I go in? Okay, that's the bathroom, I think, where they found the thing. The dude, right? Oh, here we go. Wait, it is a picture of me. Let's talk? Room 204? What? Who the heck?
Who's there?
Oh, no. Oh no. Not gonna lie, I think this is the scariest art in the series. Really? Scarier than 7? Girl, why did you have your gun in your backpack and not on like your belt or a holster or something in your FBI?
What do I do?
Girl, how'd you even become FBI? She's like, girl, are you okay? How did you even become FBI? Okay, well, I'm guessing that's for the key. I'm gonna go into the bathroom first. Oh, no, this is... Oh, yeah, this is the bathroom. Okay. Man. Dude, the sounds are kind of crazy, not gonna lie. The sounds and the ambience are ambiancing. Ugh. What's in the toilet? Oh, that's what's in the toilet. I don't know what she was expecting was gonna be. We're not gonna touch it, are we? What the heck is that? What is that floating? Interesting. Okay, well, can I open this one? Is it locked? Oh, it's locked. I like how to go into rooms and stuff. You just have to like ram her through it. Girl, you need to calm down. You are jumping a little too much, ma'am. Mystery meat. She is going through a traumatic experience, but it's just crazy how her head of police was just like, yeah, I know your mom died in this hotel, but you know, we're gonna send you anyways. Definitely, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Is there anything in here? Hello? Was it room 204? Excuse me? How do I... There we go. Resident Evil Hotel has been welcoming guests from all walks of life since opening its doors in 1928. Experience the warm embrace of nearly a century's worth of history, along with Wrenwood's time-honored traditions. Okay, read files can be viewed again in the files menu. Hello? Who's a stomping up there? Who is a stomping? Can she run? Girl, that's not even running. That's like a little stroll through the park. Can I open this? Okay. Can I open any of these? No. Open nothing? Huh. Guess I can't really do anything here. Let me run through here really quick. Over here. Oh, there we go. Nothing. What is that? Dang, those are some wait, what are those? Are those syringes? Those are some giant syringes. What the heck? Where are they sticking those at? Ooh, piece of paper. To all employees, following the recent incident, management has been working hard to restore public trust. Unfortunately, due to the extent of the damage, it is unclear if it will be possible to reopen. Consequently, it is with great regret that we must announce the official closure of the Wrenwood Hotel. We apologize greatly for the impact this may have on you and your families, and wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude for the support and hard work you have brought to the long-standing business. Interesting. Okay, so the hotel's closed. Could have known that since it looks terrible. Okay, so we have the map. Got it. Now I wonder, and this is just a hypothetical question. You don't need to answer anything. But I wonder if it's gonna be like other Resident Evils where you have to finish Grace's and then you can play Leon, or I wonder if they're going to like, I forgot which Resident Evil it was, but I think there was one where you like switch. Was that 6? Where you can like, no, I don't think it was 6 actually. I'm trying to think if there was like a Resident Evil where you like switch characters between stories and stuff. Hello? Who opened that door? Who's a creaking? Oh, what the heck? You gonna walk over here? No. Oh, Revelations. Okay, it was Revelations. I was trying to remember which Resident Evil it was. But yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be like that. I don't have the key for this. No key. Ooh, what is this? Kaden? Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes as well as the ad-free stream. And welcome to the Fruit Fam. Oh, string. Wait, what is? Oh no, it's wire. Okay. So I need to find probably wire cutters. Why is it always wire cutters? It's like I think there's been wire cutter. Oh, it's a raccoon. Hey, wait, do they have the raccoon figures you can find in here? Imagine if they replaced that with an actual raccoon statue, and that's the one you have to shoot. That'd be funny. Oh, is that the wire cutter? I also want to look if there's gonna be any secrets anywhere. I don't see any secrets though. Wire cutters. Well, looky here. Reminds you of 6. Oh man, actually, I think Riku and I were thinking of. Oh, that's pretty sick. Girl, you is jumpy. You is very jumpy. We were thinking of replaying 6 before this, but then we both got, well, I got really busy. And we ended up not being able to revisit 6, but yeah. Hello? Hi! Wait, what room is that? 202? Can I go in here? I can't go in there. She's blocking it. What is that noise? Oh, it's a radio. I love this song. Turn off. Is that Bruno Mars's new song? Did you know his new album came out, by the way? Bruno Mars's new album just came out today. I haven't listened to it, though. What does it say? October 2018. Oh, October 19th, 2018. Interesting. October 19th. Is that when her mom died? I feel like that date is going to be important, or is important. Wow. Someone is stalking. Hello? I feel like that's gonna make a cutscene, so I kind of want to look around before anything. Who has a giant curtain in there? Is this supposed to be the bathtub? Okay, chat. Pictures or giant curtain? I know, it kind of reminds me of the Silent Hill radio. That is true. Plus, how's the game going? The game is pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. The ambiance is just top tier. Have you heard of the ticket wait for his shows? Oh, I'm sure they're ridiculous. I know, right? It is a pretty clean curtain, so I guess we're gonna do curtain first. What's behind curtain number 1? Just a curtain in a bathtub. Okay. Let's check out the pictures.
What?
Look around. Oh. That is so crazy. Omni, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've been kind of tired. Been taking care of my dog. My dog recently got surgery, so been taking care of him. But I hope you've been well. Happy Friday. Happy weekend, everybody. Wait, are we gonna jump to Leon? Oh, no, okay. I was about to say, oh no! Wait, is this... It's 8 years ago.
Anne?
Mama?
You have been on that thing all day.
Well, if you're gonna work so late.
Get some sleep, eh?
I'm almost done, just a sec.
What am I gonna do with you?
What you always do? Nag at me until I go to bed?
I like how they both kind of have the same
It's
haircut.
really coming down hard.
Well, we'll find out.
Phone.
Her mom was a reporter. I forgot.
Mom.
It's
What
right beside you.
what Resident Evil is her mom from? I don't think that. I think that was the one I didn't play.
Hello?
But I know her mom is a journalist who was trying to uncover Umbrella's secrets and stuff.
Who was it?
And then they got her killed.
They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude.
Bro.
What the?
Uh-oh.
They're coming. Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Hurry.
Oh, outbreak.
Wait, who's coming? What's
Oh,
wrong?
marathoning this game since noon? That's crazy.
This is
Since noon
ridiculous.
yesterday? Oh, God. Are they trying to 100% it or something?
Tell me what's going on.
Now is not the time.
When is the time? Dude, I'm telling you, secrets get people killed. What do I say, chat? What do I say all the time? Secrets get people killed. If we're ever in a post-apocalyptic world, or like anything of that scenario, if you know something or any secret, you gotta tell it to everybody.
Grace.
Oh, mom. Oh, wait, I can't look around? Oh, okay, I guess I'm running. Oh, that's crouching.
I'm coming.
Grace, hurry.
Ma'am, I'm trying.
Keep moving.
I'm trying. I apparently only know how to casually jog. Like I'm walking through the park.
Who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry about the power outage.
Why is that guy just like staring at the floor?
Oh, it's probably the electrical panel. It's 40 years old, so it doesn't take much to trip it. It's really no excuse, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, no.
Demon shoot.
I can have it fixed.
Yeah, I'm
soon.
playing on
Just
controller.
need to
I've just always been. Oh shit! Oh, now you shoot him? Now you had a gun this whole time, and now you shoot him. You waited till the guy freaking cut his throat open, and then you shoot him.
Grace, stay close to me.
That's wild. Jesus, that was crazy.
Mom, what are you doing?
Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit just hit the fan so fast. I've just been so used to playing Resident Evil games with a controller that I can only play them on controller, I feel like. How did she put a briefcase behind a painting like that? How?
We need to find another way out.
How? How is it just staying right there?
Grace, come on.
Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. My bad, Mom. Sorry, Mom. I got distracted. I was reading chat.
Come on, Grace.
Mom, I can't run, apparently. My ankles are made of jello. Dude, have you ever had those dreams where you have to run in your dream?
I'm going to police.
I feel like in horror games where you run, that's like the same energy.
Yes, I want to report a murder. No murders.
Grace.
Yes. The Wrenwood Hotel. Yes. Hurry, please. The police are on their way. Oh my God.
Oh, does she have
I feel
asthma?
like I'm gonna throw up.
Or
Grace.
anxiety?
Grace, look at me. Grab my hands. Okay, look at me. Look at me.
Damn, she's sweating buckets.
Breathe in.
Oh, I see.
I promise you.
Yeah, we grew up with tank controls. So true. I could never go back, though. I had to suffer through that stuff. I'm never going back to tank controls.
You are my hope.
Dude, the voice acting in this game is so good, though.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's a panic attack. She's having a baby? What the fuck?
I love you too.
That's so wild. She's like... Actually, I don't even know how old she is.
Mom, I'm scared.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
But we don't have any of our stuff.
We
Mom.
can come back for it later, Grace.
I don't
Holy shit! That's how she died in front of her?
Found you.
Chief thought it was a good idea to bring her back here. Jeez. Oh. He said it'd be good for her. I know, that's so wild. Can you imagine? I know your mom died in this hotel. Literally in front of you being stabbed in the throat. But you know what? Bringing you back there might be good for you. That's crazy. That is crazy. Aww. Try playing the original Kingdom Hearts. The schedules are garbage. It's true. Yeah, now I know how the place burned down too. What is happening? Oh, there's a phone. That's what was ringing? Dude, that looked like an old phone. That looks like a phone I had back in high school.
Who is this?
Not a flip. I did have a flip phone before as well. Dude, it was so easy to type without looking on your phone, no. Try typing without looking on your phone nowadays. I used to be able to type without looking on my phone on my old cell phones.
What did you hide behind that painting?
I'm surprised all these years she never like checked what her mom hid behind that painting. Also, was there really nothing in this bathtub? The freak? Is there a raccoon somewhere I can shoot? Are there any raccoon statues anywhere up here? I doubt I'm gonna get that accomplishment. I don't think I ever really 100%ed a Resident Evil game. Ooh, the lighting's kind of sick. I always just like finish them and then like move on to the next game. Okay, 203, okay. What is that? Am I going the right way? Is this the door with the lady? Oh yeah, it is. And was there another door that I missed over here? I guess we're going downstairs. Hello, sir? You looked tall AF. You looked like a giant. What the heck? Why are all the bad guys in the Resident Evil games just freaking gigantic? I still don't have a key. Never had a sick kick. Wasn't one of those cool kids. Oh, I remember everyone would have the sidekick. Oh. Yeah, the sidekick. Is that the one that would like slide up and had like a whole keyboard? I didn't have a sidekick either. I always thought those, like, the only time I ever saw those phones were like rich businessmen would all have those phones. But I don't think any of my friends in school had it. A lot of my friends in school had the chocolate ones. You guys remember the phone that was like, they were like based off of chocolate bars or something like that? That was the iPhone back then. How did she even do that? What? How'd you hide a whole, like thing behind that thing? Oh. Can I, hello? Oh, zoom? Zoom? Oh, here we go, A. I like how it's like the old school Resident Evil kind of thing where you have to like, I mean, you have to do this with a lot of them, but Yeah, I think the chocolate phones were sliders. Yeah, they were like sliders. I did have a katana when I was in high school. I think that was like a razor phone. Okay. October 17th. Oh wait, I guess I could do it like this. October 17th, 2018. Work has settled down and we're heading to a new town the day after tomorrow. I'm thankful my freelance work allows me to work anywhere, but I'm worried about Grace. It's difficult for her to make friends when we're constantly on the move. Maybe we'll spend a little more time in the next town. October 18th. Finished some research and stopped in a cafe when I noticed a hooded man. I could have sworn he was watching me. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Dun dun dun. I saw the hooded man again. He's definitely following me. We only just got here, but I think we should move on. I can't let anything happen to Grace. Spoopy! Ooh. Floppy disk? I haven't seen one of these in years. Where is she gonna watch a floppy disk? Oh.
Sorry, officer.
Hello, sir?
What's wrong?
Everything stung me.
What do I do?
Run? Oh, God. He's turning! He's turning! He's insta-zombieing. Bruh. You don't look too good, sir. Oh, ma'am. Bruh. What? Wait. Did a gun just explode? What? Oh, that's why. Ah! Bruh. Oh, hold aiding. Oh, fuck, dude. What is happening? Hold on. I need to catch my breath. What just happened? He hit the gun out of my hand with his shotgun, and then he shotgunned the gun, and it exploded, and then he freaking shotgunned me like point blank. Oh my, what is happening, dude? Girl, run. Ooh.
Get away.
Oh, resist.
Get away from me.
Did I not?
Oh, shit. Stay away.
Girl, you need to hit his up. Oh. That works too. Omega, thank you so much for doing stay hydrated. Oh, Frank, we're not done. He better. Oh, it's over. It's over. Girl, you better run. Is this how you run? What the fuck? Girl, is that how you run? Girl, this is not running. What the fuck? You do not know how to run. Oh. Joy bus. Bruh. Yeah, definitely gonna get infected. You think? Dude, that guy turned so fast. I don't remember zombies turning that fast. What? The lights on? That bite mark is fake. He did lose some teeth, but I think it's
Is anyone there?
I think he still had some left to bite her. Maybe. Oh, the music's playing. I was like, what is happening? Someone's playing piano? Or is it the radio again? The fuck is that? Oh, it's a dude. Hello, sir.
Hello?
He looking a little,
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Why does he sound like the Joker? Hello, Batman.
I'm the one who planted that body. I'm the one that brought you here. I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for.
Oh,
The
God.
special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Dang, look at you. What's your prescription? What's your prescription on those, sir? I'm not accepting hugs. Oh, sir. Wait, she passed out so fast.
We have so much to do.
Oh, God. He got that gold grill going on, though, on his teeth. So wild. Albridge, a few minutes earlier. I like how it's jumping between, not timelines,
Talk to
but...
me. Is this one like the others?
Well, same
Where's
black
that?
watches.
And it's not post-mortem.
Is that right? Is that right? Ah!
No, this is
Oh my God! We're switch. Oh, are we gonna switch to him?
Six.
Oh man! Oh.
6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh dude, look at his Porsche. I forgot Porsche is in this game.
But
Dude, look at Leon! Oh my gosh, my boy.
of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon,
Victor Gideon.
Who is he?
Oh, look at
a
Leon.
former T-virus researcher.
Unc Leon, dude.
Hey, I just got a
Damn,
report
that's
from a missing
freaking
police
nice.
officer.
Holy shit.
It might be
Yeah, the
unrelated,
zaddy
but
himself.
he disappeared near where the 5th body was found. You there, Leon?
Damn, dude, Leon looks like he's seen shit,
You
but
okay?
he still looks, he pulls it off really well. He's seen a lot of things, but he pulls off the look very well. Dang, that's that government money, man. Look at that Porsche. Dang, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yeah, he old already. Hi, Eddie. Dude, I will say Resident Evil does a really good job of aging up their characters. They do a really good job. Is he literally, is no... I like how he's just out in the open, like, carrying this girl like a sack of potatoes, and no one cares. I mean, it is New York. I mean, if it is New York, they've probably seen a lot of shit like that before. Oh.
You've got to be shitting me.
Leon's like right in front of me. Dude, Leon looks so sick though. Ah, he looks so good. Oh.
What's going on? Is she okay?
Oh, she's fine. I'm just taking her home.
Oh shit, he about to zombify everybody. He's just walking around shooting people. Oh God, here we go.
What's your sit rep?
I'm going after Victor.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Never.
I'm sorry, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I got to go.
Whoa. Hey, what the hell, lady?
Help me!
You okay? What are you doing?
Dude, what the heck? Oh fuck! Oh my potato aim! The potato aim is happening. Oh, hatchet time! Oh, is it just me or they made? It's so crazy. What the frick? Okay, so now this guy over here. Hello. Can I just shoot you in the leg?
Get Wrenwood locked down.
Oh, frick. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Huh? What meeting? Sorry, you're gonna miss that meeting, sir. Hiya! Oh, the cool thing that I learned about this game, by the way, is the zombies actually like retain their memories. So that's why, if you guys notice, the zombies are like talking and stuff and like doing shit. What's happening? Oh, people running. People running. And Leon's like, where people run away, I run into danger. Oh, you're a bad guy. Hi. What's that? Ooh, gimme. Handgun ammo. Nice. Oh, shit. Should I save him? I guess I should. Out of here. Oh, no zombie. No zombie. Bad zombie. Bad zombie. Oh, no. Oh, dude, you're dead, I think. I think you're dead. See you later. Ah, fuck. No. Holy shit, what is that? Oh my god! Fuck! What? God! Hello? Jesus! What the fuck was that? Ah, there's so many fucking zombies! Dude, I just got ran over. What the heck? The car just ran my ass over.
Back to square one.
Not necessarily.
Oh my god, what just happened? Dude, Leon just tanked that. Oh shit! He has the thingy. That's right, because he survived Raccoon City, so all the people who survived Raccoon City had bruises on their hands. That was wild. My god. Yeah, it's cool that you can be third person with Leon, which I'm probably going to keep it that way. You can actually change it if you want, but I'm probably going to keep it that way. It seems like Grace's story is going to be more like spooky instead of action-y, and then Leon's going to be like the opposite. Ooh, girl. I know, you can see their pores.
Hey! Help!
I like how they put her upside down. Is that necessary? Was that really necessary to put her upside down like that?
Oh, yes.
That definitely did not make any noise. I like how her eyes are red from like being upside down like that. I feel like you would just pass out if you're upside down for that long, right? That can't be good for you. Jeez. Oh. I like how she's trying to tip it over instead of just like, well, I guess you might need like abs, like hella abs to lift your upper body up to untie yourself. Yeah, I'd be too scared to do that too. But I guess if you're in a life or death situation, who knows? I'm still shook at how Leon got ran over by a car and just shook that shit off like it was nothing. That last sequence was just so wild. That's a lot of blood, yeah, you know. Began blood extraction, checked pulse, no abnormalities. Administered Dexafil. Condition stable, ready for further examination. Oh, I like... the heck, what was the point of turning on the light? Baker! Thank you so much for the raid! What's up, Baker? How are you? How you doing? Are you also playing Resident Evil Requiem? Oh, why? Why would I even... Huh? Why would I even do that? That's crazy. Can I just leave? Oh, I can just leave. And it's dark. And I have no flashlight. Great. You love to see it. You love to see it. I like how they're switching between Leon and Grace's perspective. I guess to, like, make the pacing a little bit better, because I'm sure the spooks are kind of crazy in this, so they probably wanted to switch between Leon and her just to, like, help people with the spooks. At least that's what I'm thinking. I can't see shit, though. Why is it so dark? Is there a, like, thing I can... Did I go over here? What is this? Is that a switch? These look like traps. I don't know. I don't know why, but this looks like a trap. Oh, of course. I don't know why I thought that would work. Why would that work? Why did I think that would work? So I did not watch any trailers. I'm kind of the person where I'll watch the initial announcement trailer, but I tend to stay away from trailers just because I don't like how sometimes they get to sometimes they get too spoily, and I like jumping into games not really knowing anything. Oh my god, this is gonna give me a headache. I can't see shit. It's so dark. Dude, I can't. What? Dude, I really cannot. I'm walking into blackness. Too dark to see. No shit. Okay, I don't know where I am. Wait, where am I? Yo, chat, I'm lost. Wait, where's the freaking... Oh, there it is. I was so lost. My goodness. Oh, is it scary AF? Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's like we're... Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a horse. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was a man/horse or something. It's crazy. Okay. I guess we're walking towards the horse statue, or we can go through here. I don't know. It's so dark though. Can I turn on this light? Never mind. Nothing works apparently in this house. I do not have a key. Is there anything on you that I need to look at? Nothing. Game almost almost ended like that. What if I was just perpetually stuck in like that whole shadow thing? My god. It's like, well, that's it. That was the game, guys. There's a key. Cherub key. What is the point of turning off the lights? Open sesame? Oh, of course.
Dead.
I mean, I don't know why I thought it was gonna work. Hey, welcome back. Hi, Star-Lord! What's up, Star-Lord? Well, I guess I gotta get the fuse. What'd you have for dinner? Yes, we did play Leon for like a short amount of time, but that shit was crazy. It was wild. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying some Resident Evil Requiem. Which, by the way, if you guys have... Oh, no, typewriter! Which, by the way, if you haven't... if you are thinking about purchasing this game and other Capcom titles, definitely check out the Nexus store. I upgraded it... Or updated it, not upgraded it. Updated it recently so that... Wait, I can throw a bottle? Oh, is this like Outlast Trials? Oh no. Oh no. I'm getting Outlast Trial vibes. Oh no. A lighter? Is this my light? Oh no. Oh no, oh god, I have a bad feeling. Wait, I need a tool to open it? The fuck? Can I not just break the glass? Like, it looks like I could just break the glass. Or wait, can I just use the bottle then? Am I using the bottle? No, okay, never mind. Oh, nice, nice. I hope you enjoy it. Or I don't know if you've already started playing it, but I hope you're having fun. Okay, so I gotta find a Who is walking? I don't know why I turned off that lamp. Wait, I can turn this off. Bruh! Who got some heavy footsteps over here? Excuse me. Actually, I want the light on. I can't see shit. Oh, I can turn this on, though. Wait, so do I have... How do I turn it off, though? Oh, I see. Okay. Ah, fuck, dude. Okay, I need a tool. Ah, it's one of this shit, man. I don't like this. I don't like this. Can I at least close the door behind me? Close the door. Okay, I can't close the door. Never mind. Don't want me to close the door? I see how it is. Shadow Ghost. Wait, turn the page. Have you seen the Shadow Ghost hiding in the dark? Oh, God. Have you seen the Shadow Ghost staying from the light? Have you seen the Shadow Ghost? Because she's been watching you. Where do I buy this book? Stay in the light? Does that count for the... Fuck. Of course. Does this count for the lighter? I guess technically the lighter's a light, right? Or am I screwed? Wait, I don't want to... Is it unlimited lighter fuel or what? Jesus Christ. Lamp! Mr. Lamp. Please. Rhodes Hill. To staff, I have moved some items out of the closet. The screwdriver is now in the toolbox in the nurse's station. The sewing kit is... Text is blurred and illegible. Of course, because you know what? Oh god, shit. Not gonna lie, that... this freaking thing scared me. I thought this was someone standing... I thought there was someone standing in the doorway, but it's just a fucking teddy bear. It's unlimited. Sleep paralysis. Have you guys ever had sleep paralysis? Yo, what's up, Chosun? How are you, Chosun? Have you guys ever had sleep paralysis? That shit is effed. I've only had it once, and it was absolutely terrifying. Okay, well, this light doesn't work. That's... We're fucked. Totally F. Staff only. What the fuck? You used to get sleep paralysis sort of often? Oh no. I did hear that you get it more often when you have terrible sleep. My sister actually used to get it a lot too because she had terrible sleep habits as well. Another bottle. How do I throw bottles again? Oh, I guess I have to... Okay, I see. So I'm guessing it's like Outlast Trials where you kind of have to use the bottles to throw and distract them. Or it. Or whatever the hell is happening in this thing. Oh, okay, this is the room I was in. Okay, not supposed to be here then. Guess I go down the other hallway. You've seen freaky stuff that doesn't make sense. Yeah, when you have sleep paralysis, there's like some crazy shit that happens. Ah, fuck. Of course it doesn't work. What's this? Empty bottle. Wow, so many empty bottles. How nice. How nice of them. That can only mean one thing. That shit's about to hit the fan. Oh, shit! Hello, sir. A doctor? Back when you stayed up till 4 a.m. every night? Oh, man.
He's dead.
No shit. He looked dead. You didn't even have to touch him. He's pretty dead.
Infected.
Hello? Why does it have blonde hair? I like how she's just staring at it. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going. Ah! Oh fuck. Can I like shoot, throw this at him? How do I throw it? Fuck. How do I throw it? Into the light. Into the light. Yeah, can you get in here? I double dog dare you to get in here. Oh, she can. I lied. Oh, wait. Ah, I got him. She did what now? Oh, shit. She's in the...
What's that thing?
Hello? She fucking crawled up there? That's crazy. Okay. What if I turn it off? Okay. Maybe I should have played in first person because I definitely bumped into the wall like 3 times before getting into this room. Oh, this is, dude, it is like Alien Isolation over again. How do I use the bottle though? Can I crawl Maybe it'll make me more quiet, maybe? There's not really a lot of light anywhere, which is unfortunate. This shit don't even fucking work. The hell? Do I go back into this room? I guess so. Med injector? Medicine. Fully restores your health. Okay. How do we use that?
This looks important. Maybe.
Huh. Interesting. I'm guessing. What the fuck was that noise? Nothing. You look like you've seen better days. Where's the seal? Okay, there's no hole in here, but I wonder if that doesn't make a difference. How do I freaking... Okay, cart's in the way. Fuck me.
No, this way, not this way, not this way.
Hurrah. You don't fucking see me. Stop lying. Stop lying. You don't see me. Also, you know what's crazy? She has blonde hair. This monster. That'd be wild if this was her mom. Oh my god. Hi, Roman. Oh, hell no. Ma'am. Jesus. I just saw your comment, Roman. Curious your opinion on which TV show started out really strong and then fell off quickly? Probably Game of Thrones. There she is. Gee, bus. She crazy, man. Herb? I like how I just have that and just shove it in my pocket.
I guess.
Okay, anything else I'm missing here? Okay. Can't reach it, need something to step on? Ah, fuck. Do I need the freaking cart? Is she coming back? Ah, fuck. I need to do this shit again. Better do it slowly, girl. Jesus Christ! Grace? What the fuck, dude? Fuck, where's the freaking thingy? It's right here. Grace, why do you suck at this shit, man? Whoa! What? Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. How do I freaking... How do I... Oh shit. Oh shit. Ma'am? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Bro, you better run. You better run, run, run. You better run, run, run. No, ma'am. Please. I don't know where the light. Where is the light? Is this count as light? That doesn't count as light, I don't think. Nope, it doesn't count as light. We're circling, we're circling, we're circling. I swear to God, if she comes down that hole again, I swear. Dude, this chick sucks. How do I use these freaking... I don't even know how to use this thing. Do I just... Hold on. Tutorials. Combat. Improving your aim? What? If you aim without moving your weapon, the reticle will narrow. This increases the power of shots. I know that's not it. The girl! The girl detests light. If you hear her come and get to a bright room. Okay. How do I look at my freaking backpack? Oh, here we go. You guys follow the flame it'll smash and draw the attention of those nearby when thrown. Report on Victor. Andrew Hughes. Person of interest. Name Victor Gideon. Age 54. Gender male. I couldn't dig much up on Victor Gideon. What we know is that he's a former employee of Umbrella and was involved in researching the T virus. After the Raccoon City incident, he was called as a witness in the Umbrella trials, but the court couldn't track him down. I traced his whereabouts to the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center, a private institution where he acts as the director. The center is also a research facility that handles highly sensitive data. It's had a clean bill for years and avoided the scrutiny of any and all agencies. Spencer Foundation. I'd be surprised if he didn't find something off about the place. Interesting. Okay, question. Do I need to turn this off to turn on light in other rooms? Oh, aim to throw. Okay, gotcha. So once I do this, it's already equipped, I guess? Oh. It's not what I wanted to do, excuse me. Oh! I see. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I think that's my only question. Do I have to turn off this light to turn on lights in other rooms? I feel like I have to. Yeah, I actually want to know. I think I do. You can try. Well, here we go. I mean, I do have this light, so... Oh, you don't need to. The lights are fixed. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Never mind. JK. I don't know if crouching actually helps, but I feel a lot better crouching. Did I? No, I went this way. Or this way, I mean. Like, what the actual heckums, man? There's just so much in that room. I'm supposed to move. Oh, that's my footsteps. I was like, holy shit, why am I so freaking loud? Do I still need to move this shit? Fuck me, dude. I think I do, right? Because that's how I'm gonna get that shit. I need to stand on this shit for some reason. Girl, you need to do a better job at... Okay, so now... Oh, climb up. Shit. Climb up. You think her climbing skills are a lot better than her moving the freaking thing? What is happening? absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do I go? Screwdriver. Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope that wasn't loud enough for her to be like, hmm? Okay, where did I need this again? I forgot where I need this again. Oh yeah, the freaking fuse, which is somewhere over here? I think? Or no. Where was it? Was it here? No. It was... God, I got lost. Hold on. Where's a map? Oh, over there. The, save room. Yeah, I thought she was gonna stumble down and knock that shit over because this chick seems like she don't have her bearings. Oh, I fucking hate you so much, lady. Bitch is so fast. Dude, Grace, I swear to God, you run like I would run in my nightmares. I keep getting like thrown back into this room, man. I dare you. Get your ass in here. Watch her grab me through the door. That would be so funny. I was literally gonna get close and just walk in front of her and like see what she does, but I have a feeling she's just gonna grab me through the doorway. Izaku, what's up? I am enjoying myself. It's pretty fun, but crazy. Dude, honestly, she probably could turn off the light. Like, if she was smart, she literally could just reach her scrawny little hands. And yeah, I would get burned, but like, she could literally just flip. Like, the switch is literally right there at the front door. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck, man? You were so annoying. You know that? You were so fucking annoying. I'm gonna throw it in that room over there. Is she actually gonna go over there? You know what? Actually, I should have thrown it over there or whatever. I need to like... God, I only have 2 bottles left though. Right, where is she? Maybe I could throw it over there. Did that work? Hello, ma'am? Did that really not work? I can't tell if she's moving to it. Where the fuck is she, dude? God dang it. I don't know if she actually heard it. Chelsea has very bad COVID, lol. Where... Did it work? I can't tell. No, it didn't. What the fuck? Oh, she's walking back. I thought she was walking the other way. Oh my god, I need to throw the other bottle then. Is she just too far and she can't hear it? Did I just like fuck myself over? I have no more bottles, so this is gonna be rough. No, I need you to go further there, man. Come on. No! Fuck me! I have no more fucking bottles! God damn it. Dude, I might just have to make a break for it, or I don't know. Shit, dude. She's just patrolling that shit. What do I do? What do I do? I did survive a hit. Honestly, I might have to just take a hit and then make it to that save room. I mean, the rooms are connected though, right? This nurse station? Yeah. Oh, shit. See, she didn't see me. I don't think she saw me though. Girl, run. Oh, I made it. Let's fucking go. Gee, oh, close the door. Yes, please. Close the door. Close the door. Oh! A freaking course! Because, you know, why the freak not? Why the frick not? The bottles were useless. The bottles were absolutely useless. Cheapest. Give me that. Is she about to bust through that? Oh, she is about to bust through here. God damn. Broski. I should not have closed the door. Opens the door. Oh my god. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere else. I'm gonna take a shortcut. I don't know if this is actually a shortcut. I don't think it's a shortcut, but we're gonna try it. Can I not close doors behind me? That would be great if I could. I don't know where I'm going. I got lost. I think I went the wrong way. Pretty sure I went the wrong way. That light's not working no more. Wait, hold on. Where am I supposed to go? Does this pause it? I did go the freaking wrong way. Come in. Come in. Come in. Oh, fuck, dude. What the fuck? She's crazy. Ah, shit. Lucky mushrooms. Ah, fuck. Run, 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 run. Run, girl, run. Keep on running. We is running. She doesn't run very fast. I'm telling you, she runs exactly how you would run in, like, a nightmare. Like, you know when you're in a nightmare and you're, like, running from something? And you're, like, running from something? That's how slow this chick runs. Like, my goobers. God! Oh! the Resident Evil girls just get wrecked. Hi, Wanta. What's up? Oh, that's how it leaves off? What the... My God. No worries, evil girl is Leon. You right though. Oh, dude, Josh, have you seen Leon? Oh, here we go. Look at this man in his Porsche, man. This man in his Porsche. Where the hell are we? What is this? Is that his music in the car? Oh, I thought that was from the car. Oh, dude, look at our boy. Wow, look at our man. Our old Uncle Leon. Dude, they have a statue of him. I think, oh no, do they have a statue of him? I think they do have a statue of him. They have a statue of him and Grace, I think. I have the one from 2. You guys can't really see it. I don't even know where it is, but... No, not the amiibo, like the actual statue. Actually, I think they only have one for Grace. Not for Uncle Leon. But the amiibos, have you guys seen the amiibos though? They kind of look
Mr.
wonky.
Kennedy,
The
welcome.
faces look hilarious.
Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Huh?
Funny. I don't remember getting an invitation.
Well, he's waiting for you.
Leon with the dad
We'll do that,
jokes.
can't we?
Follow me, please.
Lead the way.
Wait, is this after all this shit?
So how long have you worked for Dr. Gideon?
Not long. I just recently joined the team.
I know, his one-liners are top tier. I'm sure they've only gotten better since now he's
We
Unk
care for quite a
status.
few long-term patients here, all
Dude, he
undergoing
looks so
experimental
sick though.
therapies
God
developed by
damn.
Dr. Gideon.
Is there anything in here?
Experimental therapies.
Yes. It's all very cutting edge.
Oh, I'm
The
sure.
facility keeps a low profile due to the sensitive nature of the research.
Oh,
Sounds
I
like
bet it
something a corporation would say if they were doing sussy things. What kind of experiments? These people are already dead. What the heck? Sorry, I'm gonna go look around, ma'am. I need to check the parameter. See if there's any illegal going-ons happening here. Why does this door need a crazy lock like that? Don't mind me, I'm checking. What the frick? Climb up. What the hell? What the heck? Why do I need to climb up here? Wait, what the fuck is that? I want that. Cool. This doctor lady's probably like, what the hell is he doing? Can you not do whatever it is you're doing? What's up, Twitch a Kick? How are you? Welcome, welcome.
Please, wait here.
Interesting. I like how she's like, Gideon's been waiting for you, but he's nowhere to be seen. And she's like, wait for him now. Oh. How is it so far? Dude, it's so good. This game's so good. I love that they're switching between the perspectives in the game. Like, you play Grace for a little bit, and then you play Leon. It's a nice break between, like, the spooks and stuff. Dude, that man's tall. No one looked at that man and was like, he seems like a villain. No one looked at that man and was just like, he's a little sussy. Dude, that watch, though.
Staff, initiate emergency protocols.
Leon's like, huh?
Mr. Kennedy, we need to leave immediately.
What's going on?
I
Bruh.
don't know what's happening. Some kind of mass hysteria. The hospital is on lockdown. Doctor.
Is Leon? Oh, he has a mega chaser! Ah! Look at Leon just watched this shit happen. Dude had gun ready and just watched that chick get cut down.
I think I want a second opinion.
Ah, there it is! He did the dash. Oh shit! Whoop whoop whoop! Whoop whoop! Whoop! Harry you when enemies attack? Wait. Ooh. Give me. Thank you. Mixed herb. Oh, that's oh look, it's all liquidy. Nothing on here, just your average balding man. She's not gonna be in a Requiem too. Yeah, I don't think she made it. You know, that's just my professional opinion. Ah, fuck. Hello, sir. Wait, how many of you are there? There's Chainsaw Guy and there's you guys. Come here. Hi. I like how the other chick just watched that happen. Oh, excuse me. Ah! Oh, my, get away from me. Oh my god. Come here. And let me just, bro. Okay, you need to calm down, Leon. I know you see. Oh, something just fell behind me. This guy. What the heck? Oh, he coming. Sir, how many of you are there? How many of you are there? Hiya! Oh! Dude, this is what all these experience from fighting zombies. This is what it's taught him. Ruthless fighter. Hiya! Hiya! How do I sharpen my hatchet? Does anyone know how? You're looking a little, unstable there, sir. Oh, shit. You're looking a little crazy there, sir. Come here. Can I hit you in the head, maybe? Ooh, I get a chainsaw! Oh my god! Come at me, bros. Dude! Dude, you guys don't know what you're in for. Oh, wait, can I have the chainsaw back? No! I want the chainsaw back! Give it back to me! Dude, he even uses the walls! That is so sick. Who said you could use that? Give it back! Yeah, you don't even know how to use it. Look at you. You crazy. Give me that. I'm gonna show you how to properly use it. Get over there. Give me this. I'm not done. Ah! Hi-ya! Hi-ya! What is it? Oh my god. I'm having way too much fun with this shit. Oh my god. Is this like unlimited? Can I just... Oh, hello, sir. Ay-ya! Oh wait, I need that back though. Give me that back. Give me that back. My trusty chainsaw. Get out of the room. Okay. Wait, where am I going? It's so funny. Ah! You can't stop me. This is, you know, he's transcended, man. This is peak Leon now. He's evolved. Look, he's evolved, man. What a god. Wait, did that not even break? Wait, huh? I broke it? It's over? The chainsaw party's over? Aw, that was so much fun. Okay, well, you know. That was too funny. Oh my god. That was way too much fun. Well then, that was interesting. How do you, question? How do you sharpen the freaking hatchet? Oh no, it's that guy. Wait, how do you freaking... got it. Hunt us, seek us, find us, break us. Okay. Mini game has started. I don't think I've ever found all of them in one game. Actually, maybe I did with 2. I think 2 was probably the only one.
That bastard did it again. How are things on your end?
I just hacked into the center's network.
Good. Good. Can you find me the floor plan?
I'll see what I can do.
Wait, do I not have a map?
Well, in the meantime, I'll try to track him down.
Keep me posted.
Will do.
Will do. You need speed sharpening gem. Speed. Speed sharpening gem. Oh my god. My god. Or freaking, what is it, handicraft that gives you like extra sharpness or some shit like that. Oh, look at the little bit. Oh, that's not how you. Look at the little picture. Who is that? Anyways. God, I was screaming so much from how.
Come on!
Oh shit! Oh, they actually get to meet. Yo, that's kind of sick. In the middle of the game. Let's go.
Hey, over here.
Dude, I mean, if you're gonna be saved by anybody, it's Leon. Damn, that thing got destroyed though. Holy. I mean, she's in good hands.
You okay?
If I were ever in a post-apocalyptic world and I saw Leon, I would immediately
Yes, so.
know that I would be alive at the end of all this.
I'm Grace.
I mean, boulder punching Chris not bad too, though.
FBI. What are you doing here?
Someone kidnapped me.
Victor Gideon.
I don't know.
Well, we should leave.
Oh, what? We literally just met each other. Now we're separated again. What? Oh.
What does Victor want with you?
Now I'm on this side.
Grace.
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a reason.
Wait,
Oh,
you
no.
So that's the counter bioterrorism agency, right?
Take this.
You're sure?
Damn, you're giving her the nice gun?
Let go. Get out of here.
Damn, Leon looks so sick though. But you can tell he's seen some shit, but you know. Hello.
She won't get away, you know.
Dr. Gideon.
What's that perfume you're wearing, Leon? He's like, I love the smell of Leon cologne. He literally just sniffed and was just like, Leon.
Why don't we have a little talk?
Oh my god. What do Oh!
Too slow. I see you're exhibiting symptoms too.
Bruh.
Umbrella's curse.
This guy just loves choking people out. I mean, if you got giganto hands like that, I guess it's quite easy. But still. Definitely a kink of his, yep. Damn, we have a gun now.
I'll be fine.
I wonder if that's gonna change the perspective then. Because I have it set to to whenever it's Grace, it's first person. But now that she has a gun. Does it happen? Oh shit, no, it's still first person. Yo, that's wild. That's so crazy. Escape the care center. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna try doing it first person. Oh, that's not a door. Dude, this is a nice ass gun though. Wow. I know, that's a big gun. Yeah, I think that's Leon's gun, right? Like the one he always has? It's a hand cannon. Oh my god, dude. Why does everything happen in a giant ass mansion / castle? They really do love their giant...
This looks like it leads outside.
Their giant living quarters. This also reminds me of like the first game. Wait. Dude, this actually totally reminds me of the first game. Because didn't the first game have like a staircase in the middle and then like the doors on the side? Like the hallways? Interesting. He doesn't need a gun when he has a chainsaw. But we lost the chainsaw, unfortunately. I'm so sad. Wait, can we not read that? List of patients. Oh, okay. Never mind. What is this button do? Swipe card. Okay, so we need a key card. How many bullets do we have? We have 1! Leon gave us a gun with literally 1 bullet in it. What? He's like, save it for yourself. What the fuck? That's fucked up, Leon. That's messed up. He had 2 guns, one with like 45 bullets in it and one with 1, and he was just like, I'm gonna give the 1 to freaking Grace. That's so messed up.
Your fellow lurker has arrived, Lowell.
Hey, Elemental Forces! Yo, what's up, dude? How are you? How you doing? Yeah, dude, fastest way to get out of there. True, though. It's just like, if things get sticky, you know what to do. That's so fucked up. Leon, that's messed up. That is messed up. Oh, we got an antique coin. Exchange for prizes. Okay, so there is a parlor thingy here with like mini games and stuff. Is this it? What is this? Medication room. Unauthorized personnel are not permitted past this point. In the case of irregularities, oh my god, I can't read today. Contact the lead researcher immediately. In emergencies, blah 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 blah. Another dark room. Just a farm aura. Pretty much. I like how her afterthought is to turn on the light. If I walked into a room that was dark, I immediately turn on the light. Who the hell? Thank you, Elemental. I hope is she alive? Oh, she is alive. Oh, she's blind.
Who's there?
Hello, Vanessa. I hope you are great. I'm streaming right now, so I just wanted to stop by. Have a fun time playing Resident Evil 9. I'll be playing that too soon.
Oh man, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the sub, Crimson. Have a good stream too. Dude, she does kind of look like the Pragmata girl. But I gotta say, Capcom with their representation, because even in Monster Hunter Wilds, there's the singer in the diva is actually blind as well.
Was there someone in the other cell?
Who was in there?
Why are you in there? Everyone's gone.
Oh god, he's alive?
Get away! No, hold on.
Oh, just kidding, he's dead.
No.
Why do all the main characters have like short blonde hair? Oh, card key, let's go. Wow, that's that gold Amex Platinum. Oh wait, is that gold? I can't even tell. I think it is. Are we just gonna leave her?
What is happening here?
Oh, dude, that is a nice card. Look at it. Jeff Gray. That's why you died. You have a basic name. Everybody knows that if you're in a video game and you have a fancy-ass name, you're probably gonna live. Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center. That gold Amex is scary. Yeah. The more syllables equals more screen time, dude, honestly. The more syllable... What the frick? Did something just crawl out of here? What the... I'll leave that door closed. Let's open this door, though. Wait, what? I can't? Level 3? What level is this? Oh, I thought his body disappeared. I was like, wait a minute, what? Blood everywhere. His skin was gouged by something sharp. Well, that's fun. I can't really do much because I literally have like 1 bullet. Because Leon is a troll. And gave this girl 1 bullet to defend herself. Did I already look at all these? Oh yeah, I did. Also, my game is like kind of lagging a little bit. I don't know why. Hopefully it's not too laggy for you guys. Okay. Well, let's go in here. Wait, why does it feel like it's a little laggy? What can I open then? Let's try this door. It works. Let's go. Gold Amex for the win. What is it loading? Here you go, flashlight. Thank God. Locked from the other side. God dang it. What the? Coin? No. Can't use this here. Never mind. Hello. Hello? I do not want what you're selling. I literally have only 1 bullet. What do you think he's cooking? Ah, fuck. I gotta move this shit? How do I... What? How am I supposed to move this shit without freaking making noise?
Gotta hide.
Is this how Chef Boyardee made? Where the fuck is he? Is he back here? This is me in the kitchen, by the way. This is me in the kitchen. Oh, he's still chopping. What? No, don't you fucking dare. Nope. What is happening? You see nothing. How far do I have to push this shit? Wow. It looks like he's licking the freaking handle of that thing. Where's he going? I can't fucking do that. See you later, my dude. Light is on? Huh? What? What? I see you're using the bathroom. I will not bother you, ma'am. Fuck, I don't have a key. What the fuck? Did I just walk past you? What is happening? Makeshift knife. Okay, so now we have a knife. Shoot his raviolis. Ah, shoot. This is a locked out place. Okay. Can I not use a knife to pick at it or something? No, I guess if I get grabbed, then I gotta use the knife. He's distracted by the light. I get it. Wait, where'd the other chick go? Oh. Oh! She fucking looked at me. Oh, she freaking looked at me. What the hell? She turned around, she was like, huh? What the? Okay, he's still distracted. Where is she? Oh, shit. She apparently doesn't like her reflection, I guess. She left. She fucking fell. You okay, man? She's like cleaning or something. How do I close this door? Fuck, how do I close this door? I can't close the door. What the fuck? I can't close this door? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Okay, fill with blood. Okay. Oh, am I supposed to flush shit or something? What the? Oh, there we go. I can close it. Oh, I thought she opened. I love that they kept like their personalities, kind of. Okay. If I pull this, it's probably going to... Oh, it didn't wake her up. Okay, or not wake her up, but alert her. Okay. Am I supposed to look for something here? What the fuck?
What a mess!
Dude, chick is... What? Excuse me, man! Oh my god, get the fuck away from me. Is it door? Whoa! She can open the door! Ah, what the fuck? Ah, shit. God damn it. Can I have my knife back? Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck. No! Oh, God. She's washing my face. That's not my skincare. I'm sorry, ma'am. That's not how I do my skincare. No! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Bitch is crazy. She's freaking crazy. Oh, my God. She's crazy. Oh, my God. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. How do I freaking heal my shit? I forgot how to heal. What the actual fuck? I hate you so much. How do you know where I am? Closing this door. Oh god, I can't see. It's so dark. Watch her still find me here. I'm gonna be so pissed. Really? What am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Ah! Oh my god. Oh, the graphics are slowing down. Yeah, it was a little laggy. What is happening? Oh. Yeah, it's a little laggy. Some zombies are fixated with the habits they had when they were human. Observing their movements can make it easier to avoid them. Among the infected, there are those which exhibit an aversion to light. They will compulsively turn off any lights around them. Wait. So use this to lure them where you want them. What? They'll compulsively turn off any lights. Use Requiem if you find yourself in trouble. Won't change your behavior in response to flashlights. You have to perform a quick turn. I love how there's just so many, Wait, close doors to stop enemies from spotting you and prevent attack. I did, though! Dude, I closed so many freaking doors and this chick still found me. Okay, where am I? Ah, fuck, I'm over here. Dude, why is it so laggy on this side? It's weird. Every time I enter this area, it gets a little laggy. What is Requiem? Oh, is that what the gun's name is? I don't know what the fuck she means by Requiem. Oh, is this locked? Oh, so I have one bullet so I can, like, if something... so I can, like, shoot one of them if I need to. Got it. Got it. Damn, I have to freaking go past that Chef Boyardee dude. Turn on flashlight. Well, at least I know how to do this one, so it's not bad. Next. Yes, you go there, sir. There's a big ass chef. Are all chefs that big? Why is it whenever I play a scary movie or a scary game, the chefs are always gigantic people? It almost sounds like he's saying raw. It's raw. Gordon Ramsay, is that you? Can I squeeze through this now? No, I can't. Oh, fuck, I can't squeeze through it yet. Raw. It's raw. My God. Oh God, there's a guy with a light on here. It's a knife. Okay. And this guy's gonna try and turn off that light over there. I need to this chick in the bathroom doing some crazy ass shit. Raw. Well, at least I know the last two bathrooms have nothing in them. I can just shove. That did not. What the? How the fuck? Oh, is it because I'm like doing the is it because I did the toilet? Is that why? Oh, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Fuck me, dude. I think that's what it is. She's gonna come over here like she always fucking does, I swear. Of course, because why the fuck not? Why the hell not, dude? I can't with her. This chick sucks. I'm about to shoot her in the head.
Jesus.
Brr. Well, that was the one shot. I just don't understand why she, like, I closed the door on her and then hid and she still found me. That made no sense. It said to close the door and break, like, eyesight, but it still didn't work. Well, I have no gun, so... Or bullets, I should say. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I think I screwed myself over. I think I thought I had to flush these to get something from the toilet. But I think these were to distract her or something. I don't know from what. There's literally nothing in this freaking bathroom that I needed. So it definitely was a waste. Oh well. Oh well. Is there a way? Okay, so now this guy, he likes that light. I think I saw, let's turn. Oh, I could have actually turned that on and brought her over there, I guess. Is he gonna come over here? Actually, I think he's gonna come over here, maybe. Turn off the lights. Dude, that gun, like, fucking fucked her up, man. She got blasted. Literally got blasted. I'm just gonna turn this off. Oh, no, turn it off. Oh, fuck. That looks on. What the fuck? Whoops. That. Wait, there's a door here. Do I want to go in here or do I want to go... Oh, I was about to say, it sounds like a party in there. Solitary, I saw. Thank you so much. How are you, by the way? Did you already start playing? There's so much shit. There's so many rooms to go check out. Just want to explore a little bit. Wait, does this just go around? Oh, it does. Oh, I see now. Stop playing with the lights. Wait, do I need to turn off the lights? I guess we're going to the dinner party. To the fancy dinner party. Y'all look like you're having fun here. Who is crying? Oh! Okay. Switch weapon. How many bullets do we have?
No bullets.
Of freaking course! What? Dude, Grace is just getting wrecked. Game is just like, here's a gun, but no bullets. Hello, sir. How do I get him away from that shit? Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Is he coming over here? Is he looking at me? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Here he is. He sees me. Do I gotta go through the thingy again? Fuck, I do. Ah, fuck. I think I screwed myself over a little bit. I gotta go through this guy again. That's not what I wanted to do. Where's my... Hold on. Oh, God. Sorry. I had to sneeze. Let me combine. Wait, what? I can... Wait, make sure... This one? Or no, this one. Sure. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for redeeming Stay Hydrated, too. What the fuck was he doing over here? I need to make the pasta. I can't see shit. You're still there? What the fuck? Fuck me, dude. What the actual heck comes? Why the... Why the freak is he still there? Okay, so I need to lure him with lights, I guess? I gotta hide somewhere. Go. Go to the light. Go to light. Go light. Go light. Dude, that's so fast. What the fuck is the freaking... Oh, this bitch. Oh, wait. I went the wrong freaking way. I went the wrong way. God damn it. Fine. Do you want to say it? Lights on. Go get it. Oh, he's going. He's going. There he goes. What? You freaking saw me? Oh my god, I hate you so fucking much, dude. You freaking asshole. You freaking... turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Close this door. I need to, how do I freaking, where is my, how do I freaking, that's not it. I'll just use this. Wait, where the fuck am I?
I hate this place.
I'm getting lost.
I can't get out.
I keep freaking getting lost. I'm so confused. Am I just being... Okay, I'm being dumb. I'm supposed to go this way. I think. Yes, I'm supposed to go this way. God damn. That guy is still there? Like, what the hell, dude? Can you just leave? I need you to schmoo. Like, am I supposed to be here? I guess I'm supposed to go there, right? But how? Man. I hate you so much. Unless I'm supposed to lead him. I'm gonna try leading him with this light. Let's see if he sees this light. Does he see it? Oh no, the other guy sees it. Fuck. How am I supposed to lead the other guy out of the room? You know what? I think I'm gonna try going to the other hallway. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh wait, I don't have the card anymore though. Wait, what happened to the card? Was it like a one-time use? What? Oh my god. Oh my god, game is lagging. What is happening? Game, please. Game, please. What is going on? Hold on. The graphics are too much. Oh wait, that's not it. This one. How do I... I just do normal. Turn on upscaling. Where is it? Advanced properties. Configure game that maintains high image quality while preserving performance. Upscaling mode options will change based on the setting. Yes. Oh, there's this. Let me just save really quick. So I don't have to do all this stuff. Okay. Dude, I don't know how to get that guy out of the freaking kitchen thing. Can I go through here? No, of course. Of course, it's locked. Dude, I keep pressing the thing to run and I can't tell if she's running. That's how slow she runs. When do you think Leon realized he forgot bullets? I don't freaking know. No, that man knew. That man knew. Okay. So... there was this key. We only have... fuck. We only have this thing. Antique coin. For games. Damn. Literally the only place we can go to... is this room, right? Is it locked, though? Let's do this way, actually. can't go through here. So we need the thing for that. Try this room over here. Oh, this one is locked too. This one needs another key card. What happened to our key card? Why was it literally just a one-time use? I'm surprised we didn't, like, keep it. Hello, sir. I am passing through. We can't go through here because this needs a key. Oh, shit. Keep doing you, boo. So we can't go through any of those doors. Those are locked. That one needs a key card. Literally the only thing I can... only door I can go through is this one, but I'm trying to figure out how to even draw that guy out of the way. One time use, I know, right? Terrible. I don't know how to draw that guy out. Unless I'm supposed to use, like, my flashlight for something? Wait, this is not even it. Where the fuck am I going? This is not it. It's this way. Oh, that guy's right there. Okay. Oh, shit, he saw me. I guess I have to go through the kitchen then. Might actually move, maybe. I'd be effed up if the other guy came through this door. That would be crazy. Need him to look at this one here. Get him as far away from where I have to be. Can you open this? Can't. So rough. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna get that guy out of the dining room. I hate that I wasted that one bullet on the freaking maid lady. I didn't even need to go to the bathroom. There was literally nothing in the bathroom that I needed. That was such a trap. Right there. Is he not? Does he not get distracted by this thing? Should I just book it? I can't even crawl underneath this thing. How do I get past this man? actual hell? Does anybody know how to get past this guy? I will take any hints. You wasted it in a worse way? Wait, how did you waste it in a worse way? You just go through him? What? Really? Like when he's right there? Fuck it, I'm doing it. Really, that worked? I'm mad that worked. I'm so mad that worked. I'm so mad that worked. What the actual hell, dude? I freaking wasted that such a long time. What the fuck? I wasted so much time trying to figure out how to not get got by that guy, and I literally just had to freaking walk past him. Oh my god. The struggle is real. Yeah, I found bullets though. Oh my god. Alright, DDC, what's up? Hi, Asa. Hi, Hawaiian. How are you guys? Happy Friday. Oh my god. Dude, I was so mad. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to get past this guy? Literally walk past him. Oh my god. Oh my god. How do I, freaking... Oh, that's not what I want to do. How do I oh, here we go. Reload. 2 bullets! Hey. We don't just have one anymore. Dude, literally, that I would have been there forever if you did not tell me. That would be how my playthrough for this game ends. That'd be so funny. Oh god, why is there a thingy I have to turn? I freaking see you, sir. You really have to make that much fucking noise? Do you think he sees me? Do you think he sees me? Fuck, dude. I'm gonna juke him. Get in here, my dude. But I'm not even playing Leon, unfortunately. I'm freaking playing Grace. If I was playing Leon, I would be going through people, guns a-blazing. Unfortunately, she's not as nimble as Leon is. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing well. You thought I was gonna find another way? I don't think there was any other way. Other than maybe shoot him like I did the freaking maid, but I only had 1 bullet for that person. Is he still down here? Or did he go upstairs? Are you upstairs, sir? Oh, fuck. Are you really going back downstairs? I swear to God. Oh, he is. God damn it, dude. God damn it! I need to figure out what his pattern is. Going upstairs yet? Never mind. he see me? I can't even tell. Bruh. Just go upstairs already. Did he go upstairs? He did not. Oh my freaking god, dude. A dude. Go back upstairs. Get your ass back upstairs. I'm literally about to book it up the stairs, honestly. If he's not gonna go upstairs. Shit. Their pattern is so random, I feel sometimes. Fuck it. I'm going up the stairs. This guy can go F himself. Ah, what the fuck? Oh, you so fast. What the frick? Dude! I hate you so much. This sneaking shit? Not my favorite thing. It is a fucking party in here. Whoa! What? What the actual heckums? What the actual hell? It is a freaking party up in this place. Hello? Okay, we're getting bullets, but I don't think we should be using them. I think we're supposed to be sneaky. The frick is this? Scale model of the care center. Chairman's office. Can I go in? I really was not expecting it to open. Oh, I hear somebody. What? There are indents from writing. Okay. Oh no, not puzzles! I don't think I know anything. I don't think I know anything. Oh god. Yeah, I definitely don't know this one at all.
What is this?
Copy of an email to manager. Subject: personnel change from Mitchell Bennett. The new hire showed promise at the dinner meeting last month. Have his clearance bumped up a level and get him set up to work on the project. Send the current researcher for processing while you're at it. Tristan. Sounds like someone's in this room. Somewhere. What is this? Unicorn trinket box? Okay. Oh. The thingy for the door. Turn that shit off. Oh wait, turn that off. That's the indent thing. What is going on here? Excuse me?
You're fired.
What? That is wild. I'm gonna close that door. Fuck at that shit. It's not ready. Don't mind me. Close this door. Okay. Oh god. Riku! What's up, Riku? How you doing, dude? What's up? What's up? Okay, where the frick am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go to this door? Did I not try this door? Oh, it's locked. Hi, Riku. I saw you were playing. How was it? Did you get pretty far? Oh, that dude is like, what the fuck? Dude, I'm having so much fun. Squeeze me? I need to get past that guy on the stairs. But first, let's see what's up here. I probably should save those soon. Oh my god, more handgun ammo. I probably... Oh shit, could I not... Oh, it's warped. Whoa, what the fuck? That was scary. I probably actually have enough handgun ammo to like go guns a-blazing, but kind of don't want to. Just catching up on stuff I missed before I started playing. Oh, gotcha. Hello, sir? It might be easier to get past this guy now because I can kind of see clearly where he is. Or I guess a lot better. Let's see here. Is he going up the stairs? My dude, you sound crazy. You might want to get that cough checked. Wait, can you see me? Excuse... You know, I might just have to go guns a-blazing on this guy. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. It only holds 2 bullets? Oh, did I not, like... Oh, fuck. Little girl. Oh, I can actually do melee shit. Can I kill you? How do I forget? Hello? Really? You're still alive? Can I have my knife back, please? Wait, do you just not die? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're leaving. My god. Oh, dude, the chainsaw one? Oh, fuck. I was laughing maniacally during that whole thing. It was so freaking hilarious. It was so funny. Okay, I need to remember where I need to go. I need to go here. You gotta go past the dining room again. So much fucking sneaking. Sneaking just takes forever. Oh, that's not what I want to do. How do I reload? There we go. Okay, I think he's... Now, how do I sneak past this guy? Is the question. Is it fine that I'm going this way? What the actual fuckums? You saw me? That's wild. I'm gonna close this door on you. See you later. Actually, get over here. Yeah, come here, come here, come here. I'm right over here. Woo, come here. I'm gonna try and circle him around. Maybe that'll be good. What is happening? Are you not coming over here? Oh shit, you were already here. What the fuck? How'd you get over here? That's crazy. Did he just come in here and I didn't notice him? Whoopsies. Y'all keep doing whatever you're doing. You're all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna close this door real quick. Close the door. Close the door. What the fuck? Close the door. Hello? Close the door? Okay. Okay, I gotta go this way. Oh wait, turn off my light. I don't need that shit on. It's gonna get me lit. They are slow eaters. They're like me. That's how slow I eat. I like savoring my food though. Here we go.
Weird. How do people normally get in here?
Exactly like that. Is there someone in here? Hello? What? Oh! Oh man. Backpack? The fuck is that? Stabilizer? Dude, I only have 2 coins. I'm broke, man. The hell is that? Increases the blood collector's capacity by 50? What does that even mean? Can I gamble? Big money, big money. Oh, I have 1 antique coin. So I have 3 now. There's somebody in here? Sounds like there's somebody in here. Oh, I have 4. Oh, there was somebody in here. He dead though. What's in here? Okay, we're just breaking shit. Okay. Was not expecting her to do that. Well, I guess that works. Do I want... I have 4. What is this one again? Stabilizer? What is this one? Increases max health. Damn, what do I want? Backpack or mat? Dude, honestly, can't go wrong with backpack. Yeah. Can't go wrong with backpack, man. Gimme. Cool. Nice dude. Are you alive? Sounds like you're breathing. Oh. Oh, card key? East Wing key card. I mean, he's already dead. You don't need to be sorry. He's already dead. Oh, is that a plant? Yes, it is. Gimme. I can't. No, can I combine with this? Mix herb. Wait, what is that even? so confused. Okay. So now, where is the So I gotta go guard office. Okay. Oh, you got the pouch too? Yeah, I feel like you can't go wrong with the pouch, honestly. Especially if you're gonna be finding a lot of stuff. Might as well. Then is this the one to save? Yeah, it is. Save really quick. Here we go. Time is it now? 8:37. I'm probably gonna end stream pretty soon. Let me just see what shenanigans I have to go through in this shit. East Wing. Hello? More sneaking? I'm guessing? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's the freaking thing here. Got it. I'm pretty sure I've missed a lot though, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And I don't have a key for that. Can I go through here? Nope. This hospital sucks. Where's hospital ever? I'm using the chainsaw back and forth like a baseball though. Why? Oh, why were the zombies eating the chainsaw back? It was so funny. I need to clip that shit because that shit was so hilarious. That chainsaw part was the funniest thing ever in any Resident Evil game.
Straight up, passing the thyroid.
It's talking?
Fetch your bladder and go home.
The organs removed?
Oh, God.
Wait, am I supposed to use something? This one? No.
The cavities of the spine.
Oh, you're right there.
Beautifully empty.
He didn't see me, did he? I don't think so. Why does he sound like freaking Smeagol, though? From Lord of the Rings. Why does he sound like that? That's too funny. Was there another room? I think there was this one here. Oh, it's locked. JK. Oh, what is this? Oh no, it's another lock thingy. Can I not use anything to unlock those? Okay, I guess it's literally the only place I can go. Hey, Mr. Doctor. Oh! Right there. I'll wait till he...
The right lung has lost all common sense.
You know what he kind of sounds like? He kind of sounds like Twitch from League of Legends.
The front teeth go deep in the heart, perhaps.
Where the fuck is he going? Oh.
It is time to rotate the pelvis.
I was hiding. He does sound like freaking Twitch. What the?
Light can be heard.
Where am I supposed to go? There's like nothing over there. Oh shit.
Cranium is not the cloud by
Oh fuck, I don't know.
liver is more.
Doesn't he not sound like Twitch from League? He does. Some would say it's exactly the same voice. Okay, do I not have any files for that? I don't think I know. I don't know anything for that one. Okay, Well, I'm probably gonna have to call it here because I am getting hungry and I got to make sure the dog is Gucci. Oh wait, I never saw this. What the fuck? Rose West Wing Administration Office. Okay. Interesting. I don't think... I need to find clues for that thing. Anyways. Yeah, I'm probably gonna save here and end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Yeah, I should probably call it early because I need to wake up early too. Ah, Sephiroth! No, you're fine.
It's Requiem time.
It was Requiem time. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm calling it here because I have to take care of Murray, and then I also have to wake up early tomorrow because I have to get ready for a Lunar New Year festival that I'm attending tomorrow. I'm also judging the cosplay contest for it, so I need to do that. I also need to get my wig out for my Ada Wong. I'm gonna be cosplaying Ada Wong tomorrow, so yeah. Yeah, Anime Night Mart is combining, or they're like collabing with AAPI, and they're doing a Lunar New Year festival over at the Koreatown Plaza. So yeah, if you guys are in Vegas, come by and say hi. It should be a fun one. There should be a lot of like food vendors and merchandise and stuff like that to buy. And then there's a cosplay contest. So I'll be judging that tomorrow. I actually don't even know what time they want me to get there, but I'll probably have to get there pretty early to judge all the cosplayers and stuff, but we shall see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching some Resident Evil Requiem with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the game so far, though I feel like I'm gonna get lost a lot, especially with Grace. I feel like it's more, at least this big area, you can like check out different places. There's like rooms in the other hallway that we didn't even check out, so it's gonna be a lot of backtracking and maybe like exploring stuff and sneaking around, which, I mean, you guys know I'm pretty bad at sneaking around, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'll be able to, let me see, I might be able to stream it next week. I don't think I have anything to do next week, so most likely, let me see my schedule. Most likely next stream will be sometime next week. It really just depends on like how Murray is feeling and stuff like that. But yeah, actually I might be able to do it. Maybe Monday. We'll see. I might be able to stream Monday. We'll see what happens. Also, Fatal Frame 2 remake comes out March 12th, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this game before then, but I do definitely need to finish my cosplay for Fatal Frame pretty soon as well. So yeah, lots of things going on. I've been pretty busy. Hopefully things will slow down a little bit once I get some stuff out of the way, and I've been trying to get Murray on a schedule so that way it will fit for both of us and he won't be in too much pain and stuff. So you might pre-order Fatal Frame 2 remake. Nice, dude. Fatal Frame 2 is my favorite Fatal Frame. I think you'll enjoy it. It looks really good too, the way they're doing it. You'll be with me in spirit for tomorrow's. I know, dude. Have so much fun. I'm so sad. I really, really wish I could have gone. It's just unfortunate that so many things happened, and like, I don't know. I'm a little bit upset with my vets just because like they kept how do you say? I can't even think of the word. Delaying. There you go. They kept delaying Murray's surgery, and I should have just gone with my instinct and just told them, no, let's just do it, because in the end they didn't find anything. So I was just like, dang, I paid like $300 for each test or whatever just for you guys to be like, oh, he's fine. Oh no, it is what it is, whatever. Anywho, let me go ahead and find someone to raid before I end stream. Let me switch over to this. I was gonna try to close this. Or Spotify. They also have the Resident Evil Requiem soundtrack on Spotify, which is very interesting. Actually, I haven't even heard. No, actually, we'll just listen to that. I was gonna say maybe I should listen to Bruno Mars's new album, but I don't wanna. I don't want to listen to it right now. There you go. We'll listen to scary Resident Evil Requiem music. Okay. Scary ass menu music, yeah. I mean, the ambiance with the game is so good. I've really been enjoying playing Resident Evil Requiem. Such a good addition to the series. That chainsaw part though was so funny. My god. It was so much fun though. That was so much fun. Okay. Let's see who we want to host today. Let's send you guys over. Send you guys over to. Do I want to host someone who's also streaming Resident Evil? I just don't want to be spoiled, that's all. And I honestly didn't get that far. So I don't know if I want to do that. Let's send you guys to Miyamara. She is doing Neo 3. And it's been a while since I've hosted her. And I know a couple of you guys have been watching Neo or playing Neo as well. I've heard really good things about it, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get into it because I'm not really a Souls game kind of person. Which, speaking of Souls game, I still need to freaking finish Code Vein. Dude, there's just so many games. So many games. I think after Fatal, is it after Fatal? No, because Dynasty Warriors 3 Remaster's coming out. Probably after Dynasty Warriors 3 Remaster, I will probably just try and get through my backlog because there's so much shit that I need to get through. Thank you, Liquid. Thank you. Yeah, please have fun. If you guys are gonna be going to the Monster Hunter concert, please have fun. I'm so sad. I wish I could have seen you guys and hung out and listened to amazing Monster Hunter music, but hopefully next time, hopefully they'll have more dates for it. I'm hoping. We'll see. But anyways, please send Miyamara some love. Awesome fellow Capcom creator. Plays a lot of Monster Hunter, but right now she is playing Neo 3. So please send her some love. And I will hopefully I'll see you guys Monday, if not sometime next week. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow my social media. I'll be posting pictures from the event tomorrow. And just updates and stuff like that. If you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing off stream and everything. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys coming through. I know streams have been so scarce lately, but I really do appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys have a fun and safe weekend. Please take care of yourselves. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.